Welcome everyone to our HSN webinar. Thank you for joining today. My name is Hannah. I am behind the scenes with CrossFit as far as the affiliate toolkit goes. So any questions you have about APN, CAP, programming, the playbook, anything in the toolkit, you have probably emailed with me. So it's nice to meet all of you. And then today we have Nicole on. I will let her give her intro, but don't worry, this will be recorded. We can send the video out after. And if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me or Nicole, and I'm sure she'll provide info and where to go from there. So I will let her take it away. We will have time for questions at the end, but if you think of them as she's going through, go ahead, put them in the chat or the questions, and we can get to them whenever we see them. So go ahead, Nicole.
Awesome. First, Hannah, thank you so much for having us on today. I'm so excited about this webinar. Really, any opportunity I get to talk about nutrition and how it can make a greater impact in your gym, I'm all about it. I'd love to get a pulse on where we're at with the people who are joining this webinar today. So let me know, A, B, or C, what bucket are you in? Let me know in the chat. Do you run occasional challenges, have informal conversations? If that's you, if that resonates, then go ahead and put an A. If you had a program, maybe you had something up and running and you got too busy and it ended up falling off, or maybe you had a coach and then they left, let me know if you are in the B bucket. And bucket number C is you're doing it, but you know that you could do it a little bit better, maybe increase efficiency, handle more clients in less time. Bucket number C, if that's you. Cool. So lots of A's, some C's. Amazing. Well, I can guarantee that you will be able to walk away today with actionable steps to help you streamline your current nutrition program, help get you started if you are in bucket number A, and we're going to have a really good time. If you have any questions, as Hannah mentioned, please type them in the chat. So what are we going to go over today? How to build a habit-based, so not macro or super strict diet, a habit-based nutrition coaching program in your gym. I actually started, so my name is Nicole Coyne. I'm the founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I think it'd be helpful for us to, well, you guys to get to know why we are here today, how we ended up here, and then we'll dive into all the tips. I promise you, you're going to leave with so many actionable tips. But before we do that, I think it's important to understand how we got here today. I actually started Healthy Steps Nutrition as I was working as a dietitian in the hospital. I realized how broken the traditional healthcare system was. I don't have a sick care system. We have a sick care system. We don't have a healthcare system. The hospital is like a revolving door. And the thing is 60% of the US population, although we have some international gyms here too, 60% of the US population has at least one chronic disease. That means that they're having to see doctors' care for over a year because of some medical condition. Most of them are preventable and some of them are reversible. So I realized working in the hospital that this system was backwards and I wasn't going to be able to make the meaningful change that I wanted. So I started this side hustle called Healthy Steps Nutrition. We ended up going around to different CrossFit gyms in the state of Florida, doing nutrition challenges. A lot of you guys have fallen in that trap where you just do nutrition challenges. And then after the challenge ends, the support kind of ends. That's kind of how it happened with us back in 2012, 2013. And then in 2015, there was a gym that asked me to run Healthy Steps Nutrition at their gym. I said, yes, we figured out how it would work. And since then, we've been able to help thousands of other gyms. At one point in that journey in 2016, I looked at my husband and I was like, if we're going to really help CrossFit gyms, I think we need to own one. So we started as a nutrition company and then we ended up opening up a CrossFit gym because I wanted to figure out how to crack the code and help more people, just like you guys, implement nutrition programs. If you guys are going to the games, stay tuned until the end. I'm going to announce where we will be hosting some additional seminars for you guys. Really, the goal of today is to help you fast track and save time, not reinvent the wheel when building a nutrition program. We're going to talk about the 5 Ps of building a nutrition program, how to increase engagement with existing members, because that is a common question. A lot of you guys have been around for a while and you're like, man, I would like more of my members to opt in for a paid nutrition coaching service. We're going to talk about some trends and then we're going to talk about some actionable tips for you to walk away and start implementing tomorrow. Super pumped about all the things you guys are going to learn today. So I walked into my first CrossFit gym in 2010, and I sat down for a free intro and was presented with this fitness pyramid. And the guy, his name was Caleb at the time, said, nutrition's the foundation, and let's talk about how it works at CrossFit. We went out, we did a baseline, and that was the extent of the nutrition information that was given. And I always thought it was interesting. I've seen this pyramid at a lot of CrossFit gyms, at a lot of gyms in general. We say nutrition is really important, but how much are we really prioritizing the message so that your members, your community expect nutrition to be a part of the conversation? And we can intentionally bridge this gap between how they're feeling in their workouts, how they're achieving the results that they want, and what they're doing to fuel their bodies. When we do that, our clients are going to see better results, which is going to increase retention and, of course, the ability to add a revenue stream. I've had the opportunity to speak at a few different CrossFit affiliate summits. And one of the things that I always mention is, yes, we have results, retention, revenue. Those are byproducts of nutrition. But the truth is it deepens the connection with our clients. We don't have enough time between the 6 a.m. class and the 6 p.m. class to get into all of the things, how they're able to fuel their bodies, how they're managing stress, their support system, all of the other aspects that are influencing their ability to show up as their best selves and to recover and to ultimately reach their health and wellness goals, which is why they joined your gym in the first place. So at Healthy Steps Nutrition, we focus on that habit-based approach and also a holistic framework. So yes, we start with nutrition, but also addressing stress management, mindset, sleep, support system, lifestyle. All of these things work together. And when you can address these things with your clients in a coaching program, I guarantee you're going to increase the engagement with your nutrition coaching program and increase the length of engagement that clients stay. Why? Because when you look at this wheel, there's always something for us to work on. I could look at this wheel and say, hey, I could use accountability and support in this thing. It makes your nutrition coaching clients go from 3-month length of engagement to upwards 12, 15 months length of engagement that they're working with you. Why is that important? Well, it allows you to help them in a deeper way, to provide value, to provide accountability, to support them, and ultimately make a greater impact. It also allows you to build a more sustainable business. So how do we coach clients with nutrition? And what I would recommend that you start with is whole foods first. Let's look at the first 13 words of fitness that Greg Glassman wrote. Eat meats and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, minimal added sugar. Let's start there. Why do we start there? Well, when you think about dieting, you automatically, what most people think about is taking away a lot of things. If I tell you, oh, we're going to start eating healthy, they're thinking they can have super boring foods and they can't eat certain things. But the thing is, when they start thinking about all the things they can't have, they're going to crave them more. And then eventually they're probably going to eat more. So what do we want to start with? Just add more whole foods in. A couple of weeks ago, I was speaking at the affiliate summit in Portland, and one of the gym owners asked a question that I thought was super valuable. I'm going to bring it up with these types of things in the future. They said, how do you get away from the negative connotation around body image and dieting and nutrition? And I think it starts here. Start by just talking about the things that you want to fill up your plate with. Eat those things first. Naturally, we're going to cut down the amount of processed junk, and one of the leading causes of chronic disease today, the overconsumption of sugar. So whole foods first, let's start there. Then let's focus on balance, pairing protein, carbs, and healthy fats together for meals and snacks. Why? It does help stabilize our blood sugar when we pair protein and fat with carbohydrates. Most people don't get the protein that they need in throughout the day. They're really good at prioritizing protein in your protein shake after the workout, but what happens throughout the day? Here's a fun fact that you should talk about during classes. Just because you have a protein shake after your workout does not mean that you're going to be able to build the muscle. It matters more what you're getting throughout the day than just what you drink after your workout. We need to get people starting to associate how they feel with what they eat, and also they're prioritizing their sleep and recovery. So balancing protein, carbs, and fats together. An easy way to do this, a great visual, is a 3-compartment container or the plate method. Half of our plate vegetables, quarter protein, quarter starch. had the opportunity to wear a continuous glucose monitor for a few months. And the interesting thing is when you eat your vegetables and your protein before your carbohydrates, your blood sugar actually goes up less than if you eat carbohydrates first. Even if people, well, first of all, over 50% of the population is either pre-diabetic or diabetic. We're trending in that direction. So helping people understand how to eat to fuel their bodies and manage their blood sugar is super helpful for longevity and overall health. Third thing, and one thing that I'm super passionate about is helping people understand how to prevent and reverse chronic disease through food. And ultimately, one of the huge factors is the overconsumption of processed carbohydrates and added sugar, which we want clients to understand how to read food labels and understand what they're eating. So add more whole foods in, focus on balance, and then limit the amount of overconsumption of junk that we mostly overconsume. All right. So we talked about a habit-based approach. If you've never tried this before, or you think habit-based approach does not work, or I feel like I need to give my clients more, I would challenge you to try to do less and prioritize the accountability and support in your nutrition coaching program with the consistency of that one thing. Why? When people focus on just one thing, they're 80% successful to maintain that one thing. When you focus on two things, less than 30%, three things, less than 5% success rate. So many of you guys found yourselves in bucket number A, where you run nutrition challenges and you have informal conversations. And I would venture to say people see good results during a nutrition challenge if they stay engaged, but then they end up falling off if we don't have accountability and support after. Why is that? Because many of the challenges that we run, we're trying to focus on 75 things for 75 days or too much at one time. People get overwhelmed, they can't do it, and then they go back to their old habits. Instead, let's just focus on one thing and keep our clients consistent, accountable to that one thing. That might look like having clients check off habits and doing a check-in day to see, did you do what you said you were going to do, or were there obstacles that got in the way? When we think about what our clients are wanting when they're coming into our gyms, for most of us, it's our clients potential new leads want to lose weight. They want to get in shape. They want to feel better. They want to be able to keep up with their kids, fit into a certain amount of clothes. I can say as an affiliate owner that when we combine CrossFit, nutrition, and accountability, our clients are going to see so much better results. But the cool thing is it's not just them. It trickles down to their family, and everyone starts doing the things to prioritize health and wellness. What mostly happens when I talk to gym owners is they get people signed up for CrossFit, and then the nutrition conversation is later. And I would challenge you to rethink how you onboard new clients, because if we can get them doing nutrition, fitness, and accountability on day one, instead of selling them on fitness and then reselling them on nutrition, we are going to be able to help them see better results and get them connected in the community so much faster. We want to be able to combine those three things: nutrition, fitness, and accountability. So what do you need to do to be able to get people signed up for that? Number one, we need to create a simple plan. We can't have them sign up for 5 different things. Create a signature program that includes nutrition, fitness, and accountability. A few months ago, I was at the CrossFit Affiliate Summit in DC, and Nicole Carroll was talking about CrossFit Health. And she was talking about how they're sharing more stories and they're getting more people to the affiliate map. And there's really cool updates coming to the affiliate map, which is amazing. But one of the things I asked everyone that was in that room, over 175 gym owners, some coaches, is how many of you share the stories of the clients who've done nutrition, fitness, accountability? How many of you guys have someone that has lost 50 pounds and you've shared those stories on video, ask them for Google reviews that say nutrition, fitness, and accountability? When someone comes into our CrossFit gym, they expect nutrition to be a part of the conversation. If you Google Healthy Steps Nutrition and you look up our Google reviews, every single one of them says something about nutrition. People come to us expecting that to be a part of the conversation because we highlight the people that are doing awesome with nutrition. We're sharing their stories and we ask them for Google reviews. If you want to grow a nutrition program, yes, of course, you need to establish authority. You need to be able to deliver a professional experience. You need to be able to have someone to support that role, the right fit. But ultimately, long-term growth comes from sharing the stories of people who you've helped and how their life is different now. So one actionable step, if you have a nutrition program, write a list of 3 to 5 people who who you've helped with losing a significant amount of weight. Ask them to share their story. Even if you don't have a formal nutrition program, I guarantee nutrition had to be a part of it if they've lost a significant amount of weight. Ask them to share their story. At least leave a Google review. All right. We're going to dive into the 5 P's about nutrition or building nutrition programs. The first 2, pricing and packaging. Now, I've made a lot of mistakes over the past 11 years with pricing and packaging nutrition coaching programs. And my goal for this part is to help you really save a lot of time. So number 1, you don't want to undercharge for nutrition because people don't value what they don't pay for. Number 2, if you are an owner and you are hiring a coach, you need to make sure that you're paying your coach appropriately and your business is making money off of nutrition. Number 3 is you don't want to start off with 0 clients every month. If you only offer a power hour or a one-time sit down with nutrition or a nutrition challenge and people just pay per session, you're essentially starting with 0 clients every month. I have to admit, I did the same thing when I started, but then when I started building packages, especially an initial 12-week offering, rolling into an ongoing membership, I didn't have the stress of feeling like I had to sell someone on nutrition every time. And the truth is, accountability and support between those in-person visits is going to exponentially increase your length of engagement with nutrition clients. So we need to build that time in. So what does it look like? I would encourage you to create nutrition offerings as a standalone offering first, and then build it into what your current onboarding process is in your gym and build a signature program. So someone comes in, they want to lose weight, they want to get in shape, whatever the case may be. You guide them to an option like a 12-week transformation that includes nutrition, fitness, and accountability. Now, what does it look like on the nutrition side? Because every person does something a little different on the fitness side. For nutrition coaching, we recommend a 12-week commitment. Why? First reason is it takes time for people to see results. And if you have 12 weeks, it takes less pressure off of the coach to give too much information where your clients are leaving feeling super overwhelmed, and just focus on one thing at a time. Also, in a span of 12 weeks, likely something in life is going to happen and clients are going to fall off track. You're going to show the value of accountability and support to help clients get back on track. So what does it look like? If you're taking notes, write this part down. For an initial 12-week program, how we structure our programs is based on accountability and support. So we have 2 tiers. The lower tier, standard accountability, clients come in for an initial consultation. That's about 60 minutes. After that, they come in person every 4 weeks. So they're coming in person every 4 weeks. And then between that time, there is an intentional check-in, I recommend on Fridays, with the coach and the client. We do all of this through the Healthy Steps Nutrition app through video messages. So you sign up for nutrition coaching, you have an initial consultation. For 3 weeks in a row, you're going to have a video message check-in, really providing accountability and support. Are you doing what you said you were going to do? Or are there obstacles in the way? Let's address them before a month goes by and you don't do what you're supposed to do. And then you're going to come back in person for a more formalized follow-up visit at every 4 weeks. 12-week program, and then it just rolls into an ongoing membership after that. Now, challenges. Challenges are a great way to kickstart a program, but if you set it up right, you will have at least 50% conversion to ongoing coaching. Now, this is the way that a lot of gyms that partner with Healthy Steps Nutrition launch their nutrition programs. They launch a challenge with 30 to 40 people, convert 15 to 20 to ongoing nutrition coaching. Now they have a solid base of nutrition clients. You might be thinking, Nicole, I've run a ton of challenges and I've never been able to do this. How do you do it? I'm going to give you one tip. And if you want more help with challenges, we are offering a 1-day entire training on challenges next week. But this is the main tip. when you set up your challenges, you need to do a blend of individually meeting those clients 20 minutes at the beginning and at the end, and then group engagement, group support within however you are managing your challenge participants. We do it through the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. Now, the beginning meeting is the key to conversion to ongoing coaching. Most people, when they run nutrition challenges, they talk about what can you do in 28 days? Let's pretend it's a 20-day challenge. What can you do in 28 days? The client achieves that goal that they want to achieve in 28 days. And now it's a whole nother resale for continuing to work with you. Instead, what we should do is zoom out. What do you want to accomplish a year from now? And let's say that person says, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to lose 10% body fat. Okay, great. About 1% per month is a realistic weight loss goal. It'll take you about 10 months to lose that. Over the first 28 days during this challenge, you can expect to lose 1 to 1.5% body fat. And you can expect to work with me for another 9 months to reach your long-term goal. Don't start with the goal of the challenge. Start with the long-term goal and then make the first milestone the challenge. I'm going to pause for a second because I really want you guys to write that down. That's a huge mistake that most people make, and it is the reason why people do not do a good job converting people to ongoing coaching after the challenge, or they just do a conveyor belt. And I have to admit, I've done this too, where you tell people, come in for biometrics between 10 and 12 p.m., 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. And then everyone comes in at 11:45, and then you've got a long line and it's super stressful before your kickoff seminar. If that has happened to you before, or maybe you haven't run a bunch of challenges and you've never done that, good job for you. It's definitely happened for me. Instead, meet with people individually. Another pro tip, and then we're going to move on, is book people for the ending meeting at the beginning meeting. It's kind of like signing up for a competition or a challenge. If they've got the ending meeting on the books, engagement will be higher. Also, conversion rate in a gym setting, 28-day challenge is better than a 6-week challenge. 6-week challenges are great for employee wellness. Pricing and packaging your nutrition coaching program. 12-week commitment. Most gyms charge between $179 and $229 per month for 3 months, and then the rate goes down after that. It's less time. For a challenge, you want to make sure that you charge more than your ongoing coaching rate. At Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ, we charge $229 per month for 3 months, and then it goes down to $149 after that. If we were to run a challenge, we would charge $179 for a nutrition challenge. You want your nutrition challenge to be more than your ongoing coaching rate. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite things to talk about: finding the right fit to help support your nutrition program. Finding a good nutrition coach. This is such an important topic. Most coaches, most gym owners pick the person closest to us, and that person is super passionate about CrossFit, is passionate about fitness, but they might not be as passionate about nutrition. Not all coaches make great nutrition coaches. All coaches make great champions of your nutrition program and should be champions of your nutrition program. But if they're not passionate about nutrition, do not put them in that role. It's like trying to fit a square in a round hole. It does not work. And that coach is going to end up being frustrated. You're going to be frustrated. It's not going to work. So one of the things that I like to talk about at summits, and I'm even doing a presentation on this at the games, is how to find a good fit to support your nutrition program. If you have a coach, well, first, I look for these 3 things. Number 1, passion for nutrition that is in alignment with your nutrition philosophy. If you have someone that's super passionate about nutrition, all they want to do is strict macro coaching, and you're not wanting that for your program, probably not the best fit if they're not willing to be flexible with their approach. But if they are in alignment with what you're wanting for your nutrition coaching program, for us, someone that focuses on whole foods, habit-based, that holistic framework, one step at a time, focusing on balance, that is someone that I want to be a part of our team. So we want someone with the passion. We need someone with the soft skills. Now, I can teach someone how to coach clients with nutrition, but the soft skills are a little bit harder, a lot harder to teach. So a good test for this is take someone out to coffee, or think about taking them out to coffee. Would you walk away from that conversation wanting to have another cup of coffee, or would you feel completely drained after the conversation? If you walk away wanting someone to have another cup of coffee with you, that might be a good indicator that they have those good soft skills. They can connect. They make you feel comfortable. They're a bright spot engineer. But if they're constantly just dumping on you and you walk away feeling like, man, that was a rough conversation, how do you think your clients are going to feel when they're coaching them? We want our clients to feel happy, excited, wanting to go to the next meeting, right? If we want to increase length of engagement with our nutrition clients, that's what we want. So we want someone that has those good soft skills. Third thing that I look for is someone that has really good follow through. Now, I mentioned there's weekly check-ins. So in order to have a successful nutrition program, we need someone that's really good at those check-ins that can follow through and follow up. Now, if I'm saying all of this and you're like, I've got a coach that I think might be a good fit, amazing, have a conversation with them. But not all coaches make great nutrition coaches. So who else outside of your coaching staff might make a good nutrition coach? There are a few people that I would recommend looking at. Nurses, they're in that healthcare system that they're not really loving and they have a passion for health and wellness and helping people. Nurses make good nutrition coaches. Teachers make good nutrition coaches. Social workers make amazing nutrition coaches, and someone that's been through their own transformation themselves. This is Joy. She is now a nutrition coach at the VFit, CrossFit VFit in Atlanta, Georgia. She became a nutrition coach because the owner was doing nutrition coaching, but she got pregnant, needed to find someone. Joy was a client of Rashawn, the owner, and she was recruiting people to join the nutrition program before she ever became a coach. Rashawn would launch challenge or talk about individual coaching, and Joy would recruit people. She was an advocate of the nutrition coaching program. She was a client who saw a great experience and then wanted to pay it forward. She became the perfect nutrition coach. Now, she had been through her own transformation. She has a passion for nutrition. She has amazing soft skills, and she happened to be a social worker. Checked all of the boxes. The biggest piece, the most important piece of building a successful nutrition coaching program and scaling it, a lot of you guys maybe had a nutrition coaching program and the coach left or whatever happened, or you got too busy and you had to stop, is finding a good fit to help support the role. Now, I would recommend within 3 to 6 months of getting a program up and running that you add a second person to support the role. Why? You don't want your nutrition program to leave if a coach ever leaves, and sometimes that happens. Also, different people are going to be passionate about working with different types of clients. So if we can give our coaches more of the clients that they love to serve, they're going to be in their wheelhouse more, and they're going to be enjoying the program and enjoying their role as a nutrition coach a little bit better. So we want to make sure that we find a good fit. I had you write down a couple names of some people who have done amazing in your nutrition program that you can capture their stories, or in your gym in general, capture their stories. The second thing I want you to do, we're going to take a minute to do this, is write down 3 to 5 people who might be a good fit to become a nutrition coach in your gym. Nurses, teachers, social workers, again, going back to having that passion for nutrition, having those soft skills, and having good follow through. Give you guys a minute. All right. So we talked about finding a good fit, and not all coaches making great nutrition coaches, but you as an owner and your entire coaching staff need to understand what goes on in your nutrition coaching program. If I were to line up all of your staff in a row and I were to ask them how to get started with your nutrition coaching program, would you have a consistent answer? If I asked what's included, how would it help me, would they have a consistent answer? If the answer to that question is no, then we have some training to do. Why? Because you as an owner or the nutrition coach is not going to be in every single class, and we want to make sure there's a consistent answer. If someone at our gym was interested in nutrition coaching, we would walk them up to the front. They would scan a little link that says book a discovery call or goal setting session, and they would be able to talk to us about the nutrition coaching program, and we would get them signed up, 3-month commitment. We don't give discounts out for our members. They pay still the $229 on top of their gym membership, which our gym membership is $175. When I look at the gyms that have increased their revenue by 20, 30, 40% from baseline before prioritizing nutrition, it's the ones that the owner has become a champion of the nutrition program. It's integrated into the presence of their gym. It's consistently talked about in classes. It's easy for you to bring up nutrition in classes. After a class, someone says, man, that workout was a lot harder than it should have been. Well, what'd you eat today? How are you sleeping? How are you recovering? How are you fueling your body? Connect the dots for them super intentionally. Ask questions of the day related to nutrition. Hey, what did you have before your workout? What's your favorite breakfast protein? And it gives you an opportunity, like a whiteboard brief. Hey, we want to incorporate protein. Here's the reasons why. Here's some great breakfast options that have protein in them. We want to be intentionally incorporating nutrition into the conversation. If you want your members to make nutrition a priority, you have to make nutrition a priority. Another simple, easy tip to do is to create a client wins channel. This is something that's super helpful if you end up having either way. If you end up building a nutrition program, create a client wins channel so the nutrition coach can share the client wins that are happening. You want to establish your authority, that you know what you're doing and you know, and people understand how you can help them. But the other piece of the puzzle is you have to share stories about the people that are doing awesome with nutrition. Why? Because people need to understand, like, can you help me? Is this going to work? Esnol is one of our members, and he signed up for nutrition, fitness, accountability, and we have a client wins channel. Amanda, one of our dietitians, she is not a nutrition coach or a fitness coach in our gym. She's just a dietitian on our staff. She works with Esnol. He has been able to get off depression medications. He's lost over 50 pounds. He's done amazing things, but we wouldn't necessarily know that if he didn't tell us during classes. She put it in the client wins channel and we're able to highlight him during classes. Hey, Esnol, you've been killing it with Amanda Nutrition. Talk to the class. How's it going? What's something that surprised you? What are some non-scale victories that have happened? He's so open about how his mental health has been significantly improved, and it all stemmed from this client wins channel. Be intentional with highlighting and let your people that are doing awesome with their nutrition program share their experience. It's going to get other people thinking, man, maybe this could help me too. Now, a professional experience. This comes down to informal conversations to delivering a professional experience and systems to be able to manage more clients in less time. It is the difference between feeling overwhelmed with 10 clients and being able to manage 40, 50, no problem. Some common things that I see is there's not a consistency between what's being delivered, especially if you have multiple nutrition coaches, or there's no templates for emails or meeting templates, and you're kind of just going off the whim with creating a client experience. Instead, we need templates. How is your initial consultation going to run? How are follow-up visits going to run? What do weekly check-ins look like? And what kind of resources are you delivering to clients? So we give a client handbook to every single person that starts, and we have over 75 different client resources depending on what the client is working on, that we can give them a specific one related to them. Also, meeting templates are super helpful. The other thing that you want to think of is engagement between visits. So when you are doing those check-ins, you want to have a streamlined way. Some people use Google Sheets. You could definitely do that. We use the Healthy Steps Nutrition app to track all habits. Every gym that's partnered with us has access to all of our resources, all of our tools, all of our templates to deliver a professional coaching program. If you are an owner, you want to make sure that you have a way to easily check in and see, are my coaches doing what they said they were going to do? When you own a gym or you manage a gym, you can drop into a 6 a.m. class and make sure that that 6 a.m. class is run exactly like the 6 p.m. class. If you don't have systems in place and templates and checkpoints, it is very tough to ensure that you're delivering a consistent experience. So you want to be able to log in and see, what do those weekly check-ins look like? What are the notes going on? What's being delivered to my clients, so that you can ensure a consistent experience. I started Healthy Steps Nutrition as a nutrition company. My clients didn't talk to each other because they didn't know each other. And when you do nutrition in a gym, your clients talk to each other. So you have to ensure that there is a consistent experience. Now, this is the next thing that's really important when building a nutrition program. So we talked about pricing, we talked about packaging, we talked about the person, we talked about delivering a professional experience. We're on our last P, presence. If you were to walk into your gym or look online at your business, is it obvious that you offer nutrition? There are some simple things that you can do, and I'm going to talk to you about those today. But if we want to make our members prioritize nutrition, or if we expect nutrition to be a part of the conversation, we want leads to expect nutrition to be a part of the conversation. We need to be super intentional with getting nutrition in front of them. So what are new leads seeing? One simple thing to do if you do free intros is to create an automated email when someone books a free intro talking about how does it work. Make a little video from you. When you incorporate videos and email content, there's a 300% increase in engagement with your email content. Make a little video talking about how it works in your facility. Hey, my name is Nicole Coyne. So excited to meet with you. Here at Healthy Steps Nutrition, we combine nutrition, fitness, and accountability to help clients see really good results. We know that going to the gym is just 1 hour of the week, and the other 23 hours are so important. So we work with clients to create a simple, actionable plan, and then most importantly, keep you accountable to that through our coaching program. I'm so excited to meet you for your free intro so that we can talk about your goals and see how we can potentially help you reach them. Simple email. How does it work? What is the website? What does your website look like? If you just have a hidden nutrition page on your website, people are not going to see it and they're not going to expect nutrition to be a part of the conversation. I would encourage you to add nutrition into your sales funnel. Post simple tips. I used to keep a note section in my phone. What are clients asking me? How do I navigate picky eaters? What should I eat before and after my workout? What's a simple on-the-go recipe? What are balanced snacks? I'm hungry in the afternoon. How do I navigate that? Simple questions that people are asking so that you can answer them. And it's like throwing a coin in a confidence bucket, and eventually they're going to associate you with help. If you do not provide simple, actionable tips, people are not going to associate you with help. And we all know that we don't have the same marketing budget as a lot of these bigger nutrition companies. Your clients are going to get nutrition help if they don't see the results. And if it's not from you, they're going to go somewhere else to an online company or wherever else. Downloadable PDFs are a great way to capture emails, but I find the best way to capture emails from social media and get people calling you to action is doing something exactly like this webinar that we're doing now. Simple tips, provide people some actionable tips, and then call them to action. Hey, book a discovery call, come in for a free intro. I would love the opportunity to connect with you a little bit greater. Exactly. Next point is that free session and then a 3-month program. Incorporate nutrition into the conversation earlier so that people expect nutrition to be part of the conversation. You can screenshot this if you want to, but these are some simple things that we have done to make nutrition physically present at our gym. When you walk in, there is a big neon sign that says health starts inside the gym. When you walk in our office, it is a giant mural on the side that has nutrition, fitness, success stories, some quotes in there. We have a giant fitness pyramid that has nutrition on the bottom. It is so obvious. We also have a wall of success, which I'm sad that it did not make it on this picture. But a wall of success, when people walk in, they see all these different clients that look just like them, just a smiley, happy picture on the outside, like their after photo or their current photo with what they've lost and what they gained. Some gyms have put the wall of success behind where they do the free intros. People are nervous during that part, during the free intro, and they're looking behind them. And they say, how do I get on that wall? Well, the fastest way to do that is through nutrition, fitness, and accountability. Now, remember, nutrition's not really just about nutrition. People use nutrition to cope with their stress, their mindset. People have tried 7 to 8 diets before seeking a professional. So nutrition is not new to most people. We need to ensure that we're super clear with the message of we work with you to create a plan that's realistic for you, keep you accountable, and we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. But the truth is, when we combine all of these things, it's going to help our clients see better results. When we're not prioritizing sleep, we're more stressed, more hungry, and less satisfied. I don't know about you, but if I'm more stressed and more hungry and less satisfied with what I eat, that's a terrible combination for trying to lose weight and fuel my body appropriately. Sure, we've all been there where we stayed up too late and then we're craving all these foods and then we don't even feel satisfied after. For most of the people in our gym, they're not getting enough sleep, they're not fueling their body, and they're not even realizing how good, how well their body's intended to feel. And when you can help them understand all of these pieces of the puzzle work together, you're going to make such an amazing impact to help them transform their lives. I promised you today that we would take some actionable tips. I hopefully you have some tips that you can take and run with right now, but some super actionable tips. Number one, go to your website. Is it obvious without scrolling that you offer nutrition? HSN Mentoring has a really cool partnership with Push Press. All of the templates that we have for our website, and you can go to CrossFitHSN.com, employee wellness, recipe page, nutrition coaching page, home page, everything is there for our mutual clients. The goal is that you have an easy way for people to see that you offer nutrition without scrolling. You're highlighting the success stories of people that have done nutrition, fitness, and accountability. One of the best ways to get people from your social media to your website is by sharing healthy recipes and having a recipe page. On your social media, this is Whole Strength. They're an awesome gym. We absolutely love those guys. They're in Nashville, Tennessee. But they make it super obvious on their web or on their social media. We offer nutrition coaching. They're constantly sharing nutrition tips, healthy recipes, success stories. You want to build it in. HSN Mentoring provides gyms that have partnered with us with content, video scripts, email content, social media posts that you can brand as your own. But if you're doing it on your own, you need to be intentional with doing all of these things. Another thing that I would recommend doing is sharing recipes, sharing those tips in your workout tracking. So like for Sugar WOD, for instance, you can have an announcement, share a nutrition tip in there, share a recipe in there so you can start associating, so your members can start associating nutrition help with you and your brand. The other thing I would recommend is that you build nutrition into your onboarding process. So if you have an onboarding process that has 3 personal training sessions, for instance, build a nutrition program like your warm up as part of the cool down where you're talking about nutrition during every single session. You don't need to be a master nutrition coach to talk about the plate method, to talk about fueling your body and protein, to talk about hydration and staying consistent with drinking water and making sure that people understand that sugar sweetened beverages are the number one way people get added sugar into their normal drinking routine. We want to make nutrition a consistent part of the message. If you just have everyone just goes right into group classes, maybe you create an email sequence with that information. So the first week they're getting 2 emails about nutrition. Hey, here's a couple tips to fuel your body before your workout so that you can be intentional with talking about nutrition every single day. We've got a few minutes that I'm going to answer some questions. While we do that, while you guys are typing in questions in the chat, I want to give you some additional resources. Honestly, I could talk all day about nutrition, but unfortunately we don't have all day. Here's some free resources. There are 2 podcasts that we have. Nutrition Made Simple is a client-facing one. A lot of coaches listen to this podcast to get tips to talk to their clients about. So simple, actionable tips. Grow Your Nutrition Business is exactly what it sounds like, a podcast to help you grow a nutrition business. If you listen to our podcast, please do me a favor and leave us a review. I would really appreciate it. So that's a simple free option. Subscribe to both of those podcasts. You can listen to them anywhere. We do have a 1-day challenge intensive. There is a discount code if you are part of the APN, which obviously you are if you're on this webinar. I will send that out in an email as part of the affiliate partner network. This is a 1-day training that teaches you everything to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge. Our mentoring clients get to join this for free. The next spring one we are hosting is on Tuesday. Challenges are a great way to kickstart a program. Most gyms that are partnered with us are launching challenges mid-September or October 2nd. It seems to be a popular start date. I would look at when school goes back in session and launch like school for kids, launch a challenge 2 to 3 weeks after that. But after the first, second week of October, I would probably hold off on launching a challenge till the new year. We want a challenge to set you up to have a good conversion rate to ongoing coaching. So after kids go back to school, good time to launch a challenge. When you're thinking about launching a challenge in the new year, 3 weeks after like January or the beginning of February would be a good time. You don't want to start January 1st. People are still traveling. School's not back in session. We want to give people time to get back into their routine and then launch a challenge. For those of you guys who are looking for more support with nutrition, HSN Mentoring provides a turnkey solution to help build, launch, and grow a nutrition coaching program. We've helped thousands of gym owners. Most of the gyms that are partnered with us are CrossFit gyms. So we'd love that opportunity to work with you. You can book a free call, and I'll put that link in the chat, or it will be emailed out in the recording. I don't know that I can put a message to everyone. But that is, if you go to growyournutritionbusiness.com, you can book a free call right there. Cool. Thanks so much, guys, for joining. What kind of questions do you have for me?
Yes, thank you, Nicole. Yeah, to follow up, I was gonna say we have a little bit of time. So if there are questions, go ahead, put them in the chat. I think we also have that Q&A feature. So either place is fine as well. It looks like there's a couple. Let me pull these up. Come on, Q&A.
How much do you pay nutrition coaches? That's a great question. So nutrition coaches, we pay 45 to 50% of the revenue that comes in for their client list is how much we pay nutrition coaches. Most gyms are about that same amount. Now, if you are bringing a new coach on with HSN Mentoring, the initial investment includes you as the owner plus 2 coaches. So you essentially are paying for 1 owner and 2 coaches to get up and running through the training. After that, most gyms have the coaches pay 50%. At least, I don't know about you guys, but if a coach wants to get their level 1 at our gym, we don't necessarily pay for their level 1, they pay for it. So same kind of thing with nutrition. They're learning the skills. I would want a coach to be a little bit invested in that. The app that we use is the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. So we've created programs, habits, everything in there for habit tracking. Cool. I imagine haven't offered it in the past. How do you suggest doing this? Okay, this is a great question. All right. So if you have never offered nutrition in the past, I would acknowledge, hey, nutrition is the foundation of CrossFit, and we know that it's really important, and we haven't provided enough tools and resources to help you. So you can expect some simple tips. We want you to take action, and we're going to be launching an individual coaching program to support you soon. Now, for gyms that are having a coach launch the program that already has authority from a coaching perspective, that's easy for them to start making nutrition tip videos. If you are an owner who's bringing in someone that doesn't have the authority as a coach, I think it's more important that you are doing like some initial videos with them to kind of pass off the authority. So if I were to hire a dietitian from the outside that's not a member of our facility, but she's going to start working out at our facility, for instance, if I were to hire a dietitian from the outside, we would probably do some videos together so I could pass my authority onto her as the owner, onto her, and then have her run from that with simple nutrition tips. We want to be consistent with creating content so that people can associate nutrition help with you and your brand. Most gyms try to post twice a week for nutrition, a video 1 day a week, and then like a food for thought Friday video, and then 1 other day during the week, a simple graphic or healthy recipes. What is the name of the Habit app? So the Healthy Steps Nutrition app is what we use. If you type in Healthy Steps Nutrition, you'd be able to see it. You're not able to log in. So the way it works with us, so at our HQ location, when a client signs up for nutrition coaching at our HQ location, they are booked in for initial consultation, and the coach or the dietitian, whoever's working with them, will invite them to the Healthy Steps Nutrition app. They'll be able to log into the app. They'll get daily videos, habit tracking in there, communication between the coach and the client. The same thing goes for gyms that are partnered with us. They would get trainer access to the app, and they would invite their clients to it. So you're not essentially able to log in. Your clients aren't able to like download and get any free help inside the app until they're invited. You are the one that invites them to that. Let's see, what other questions? Hannah, I'm not able to put a link in the chat for everyone to see for some weird reason.
I saw,
Did you?
oh, let's see. I saw,
It says to host
oh,
and
to
panel.
host and panelists. Okay, let me see if I can
If you could
set
copy it, that would be amazing.
to
How
edit.
do you handle clients? Oh, this is good. You guys have great questions. Difficult clients. So a few things. Number one, set the expectations early with what you provide, how much support you are giving to clients, and having that higher tier option is super helpful. So we all have those super needy clients that have a million questions and would probably do better with a higher accountability option that includes those weekly check-ins, but also maybe weekly calls at the beginning of the week. Having a higher tier option for more support and accountability is super helpful. For clients, I think there's a lot of different types of difficult clients. Number one, if a client is ghosting you or not doing the things, and then it could be frustrating for them. They could feel defeated because they're not doing what they should do to see results. I would take a step back and figure out what barriers are in the way and what things they're struggling with. And maybe we might not be working on the right thing that's in line with what they're wanting. So maybe they've got a lot of stress going on right now, and we're trying to focus on something that's too big of a step for them. The other thing that's really interesting is when you are creating a program with a client, when you're working on a habit with a client, there's a lot of research around this. And a lot of times what we do is we say, hey, you need to have a balanced breakfast. Like if Hannah's working on a balanced breakfast in the morning, we just say, all right, Hannah, you're going to work on a balanced breakfast. And we are assuming that she knows what a balanced breakfast is, that she has all the ingredients, that she knows how to make it, that she's going to plan it, all of the things. And she is going to have to figure that out after she leaves my office. And the truth is, Hannah's probably busy doing a million things with all of the stuff that she has going on, and she's not going to think about all of those things that she needs to do. So instead, what we really need to do when we work with clients is we need to say, hey, Hannah, you're excited about working on a balanced breakfast. Let's first define what is a balanced breakfast. Now that we've defined it, what options are standing out to you might be good for you to have as balanced breakfast? Do we need to make it the night before? Can you make it the day of? What does that look like? Do we need to make it on Saturday? Are overnight oats a good option? Do you have an overnight oats recipe? Here's the recipe page. Let's pick some overnight oat recipes if that sounds good to you. Do you have all the ingredients for the overnight oats? What barriers might be in the way? How can we remember to do it? And literally plan out every single step with clients. When we plan out all the things, then Hannah doesn't have to think about it. She knows what she needs to do and she just gets it done, versus trying to have her think about all of the things, and it's probably not going to happen. Research shows that when you plan out all the things, your clients, the success rate is closer to 90% versus 30% not planning out all the things. So if you're doing a habit-based program, try doing that. I think sometimes as coaches, as gym owners, we assume people know the stuff. Even if they do know the stuff, we need to give them space to plan out everything so that they can be more successful. In regards to eating disorders or medical nutrition therapy, unless you have a registered dietitian that is working as a nutrition coach in your facility, it's out of the scope of our program, and just the laws around nutrition are very specific to know your scope and not provide medical nutrition therapy or try to work with people that have eating disorders. You just have to legally be a registered dietitian. You can Google like dietitian laws, and there's a map that you can pull up to see what the laws are within your state. Gyms that are partnered with us, everything is written and backed by dietitians, so you're good. You still cannot, though, provide medical nutrition therapy. You would need to have a dietitian on staff to do that. Cool. That answered that question. Does your nutrition program include bulking and cutting phases? We're focused on more healthy habits, whole foods, like getting people overall health. Do we have performance stuff? Yes. Do we have things for people who are plant-based or nursing, special populations? Yes. Do we have stuff for kids programs? Absolutely. In regards to like bulking and cutting and weightlifting, or trying to meet like specific goals, not those types of strict nutrition programming, not necessarily our wheelhouse. The cool thing, I'll end, if we don't have any other questions, the cool thing with offering a nutrition coaching program is that you are able to help so many more people that would have not stepped foot inside of your gym. Let me give you an example. Hannah did gymnastics, right? You did gymnastics in college, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a partnership with a gymnastics facility, and we've had it for 10 years now, where we go in every 6 weeks and we teach those girls how to fuel their bodies and fuel before, during, after workouts, what to eat when they're on the road, and all these different types of things. What has happened by us doing that? Now we have 500 girls. It's a huge gymnastics facility that are introduced to us. We send out an email that goes to the parents teaching about healthy options, sending recipes. Now those people are exposed to simple free help. And when they're ready, they'll come to you. Employee wellness is another really cool opportunity to help people who would have never stepped foot inside of your gym. All of the employee wellness that we have done at HSN HQ has started from clients of ours who saw really good results and then wanted us to go into their companies, construction companies. We've done some different banks, and there's a brewing company right now that we're working on a employee wellness program. So the point of that is you're able to expand your reach, introduce people to CrossFit, introduce people to healthy food, getting moving, functional fitness, without adding a million more classes and more equipment and all the things, and really be able to make a huge impact. Hannah, did you get exposed to nutrition before college? I would venture to say no.
Not in a healthy way.
Right. Those girls need it with all the training they're doing.
Fueling your body was not a phrase that was said much.
Right. It was probably something different, like slim up.
Don't eat. Have a light salad. I'm like, oh my
Right. Then you wonder why everyone's tired and not building muscle.
Yes, exactly. Okay, it looks like we are about time. I'll give it another minute just in case any other questions come in. Again, this was recorded. It will be sent out. So no worries there. If you do think of things later, you can send them to affiliatetools@crossfit.com or reach out to Nicole and we will get those questions answered for you. So I know she'll follow up with tons of information. And oh yes, go ahead and talk about the games real quick.
Yeah. I forgot to mention this. We haven't officially announced it yet, but Thursday there's a CrossFit health panel talking about habits, which is going to be really fun. Jocko apparently is going to be on this panel. So join us in the main vendor village for that panel. And then I'll be upstairs in the affiliate lounge hosting 2 seminars, one on Thursday afternoon, one on Friday afternoon. So if you're at the games, come and find me, and I could have some swag or some fun stuff for you if you join this, and then let me know that
Awesome.
you are there.
Thank you guys for saying thanks and the kind words. But yeah, we'll be around if you need. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. Nicole, thank you for your time. It was awesome. And I'm sure we will all talk soon. Hopefully see you at the games.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.